I'm Alan, I'm the drummer in the band ERRRORS, and welcome to my home recording studio. So this is where the magic happens for all the drums. We're going to be recording some drums today, and yeah, this is us in the most beautiful location. Right, let's get into it. All right, we are inside now. This is my drum recording studio at home, and the first thing we've got to get into are these gorgeous Sonor SQ2 drums. Anyone who's seen my own channel might have seen me do the unboxing for this about 12 months ago. So I got this to replace a really old kind of mishmash set of drums that I'd played since I was about 17 years old. This was a massive upgrade for me, and they are phenomenal. So whilst I did the unboxing video, I never really did a review video. So as part of getting ready to record today, I thought it was a great opportunity to actually kind of tell you a bit more about what I think of these drums and what it's like having owned them and essentially lived with them for 12 months. The bottom line is these are gorgeous, both in appearance, and they sound phenomenal. They are set up permanently to record in here. So what we're dealing with is we've got a 22 by 18 inch deep bass drum. It sounds like a cannon. It's just got the stock Remo heads on all of this. They're still lasting great. So they're Sonor Remo heads, nice and clear and resonant. 12-inch rack tom here, and then a 16-inch floor tom with my 14-inch Artist Series Cottonwood snare. So this is, it's not an SQ2, but it's from a similar sort of construction. So it's still a medium ply maple. All these are maple shells, just built for studio recording. They sound phenomenal. They sit beautifully in the mix. They're comfortable in loads of different tones. But the power out of these drums is what really jumps out from them. If like in a small room like this, you whack them and the noise is phenomenal. Probably then, that's a good opportunity to say the first thing that you'll notice about this room is there's no treatment in this yet. So like I said, I've had the drums for about 12 months. That was the first time I've ever had my own drum kit set up for recording. So I've played drums for about 26 years, but I've only been recording and mixing my own drums for about a year, so I feel like I'm still learning. Huge thank you to Stephen for helping to set up these. So Stephen's my brother from another mother, my partner in crime in ERRRORS, and he provided and set up these microphones for me. But before we get into that, I wanted to say thank you to everybody who's liked and subscribed and listened to our music so far. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you're watching this, then please click that subscribe button. This whole setup is based around the fact that space is limited in here. What we're dealing with today are predominantly vintage Zildjians from the 60s and 70s, absolutely beautiful traditional cymbals that have lasted the test of time. They sound fantastic. They'll take a beating, really bright, really toneful. And then this is a really special cymbal here, actually. This is not a Zildjian. This is, back in the day, one of the competitors to Zildjian were these 5-star Super Zins, so English made. Really old as well. I've given it its own little rim of patina there, and it's just a classic traditional ride, really pingy. Microphone setup, we've got 2 overheads. They're just Behringers, point at the cymbals. So we've literally just got 2 microphone stands to save space, stems coming off them. So we've got a Shure SM57 dynamic microphone pointing at each of the toms. Then we've got Shure SM57 pointing at the hi-hat, a Shure SM57 pointing at the bottom of the snare drum, and a Shure Beta 57a at the snare drum. These are imperative. These are CAT sound isolation, specific drum ear defenders and headphones. So the sound isolation on these, I think it's like minus about 15 decibels. These are fantastic. Without these, there's so much bleed, I find anyway. So I really rely on something like this. Really solid sound isolation, so then I can just hone in on the track and the click and record without too much bleed from the drums. All right, so bass drum mic, this is a nice big fat bass drum mic here. This is the Shure Beta 52a, gets a really beautiful thunk. Actually, yeah, it really does, and it really catches the click from the Beta as well, so you get really nice sound from that. And like I said, this bass drum itself, it's an absolute cannon. All right, guys, I'm back behind the kit now, and I'm gonna crack on and get these drums recorded. Thank you so much for watching. If you're taking the time to watch this, please like, click subscribe, and don't forget to check out the song when I've finished. And we'll see you soon. Take care, guys.